Hey everybody, hope you guys doing all right. So I want to say, with alcohol addiction or consumption, drinking too much, being an alcoholic, whatever. Um, my drug of choice has always been opiates. I've always been drawn to, just opiates, painkillers. But for a very long time, I drank heavily, very like a lot. I used to drink fucking, I don't know, man. I never really got into hard alcohol too much because I always ended up drinking too much and being way too fucking hungover the next day. But for a long time, I drank steel reserves like throughout as much as I could, like sometimes 5 to 7 of those fucking 24-ounce steel reserves, which are very, very strong. It's like 8.1% fucking beer. It's like the bottom. It tastes like. I mean, anyways, it gets you fucked up and it's cheap. And I did that for a long time when I had panic attacks. I didn't, just alcohol does the thing with that though. Like even though it does in the moment equate and help deal with the panic attack, I always woke up feeling more anxious the next day because you have to deal with the alcohol. You have to deal with the withdrawal symptom that comes from drinking too much the next day, which anxiety is just a part of that symptom. Sorry, my speech is a little off. But anyways, I want to talk. I had a friend who a couple years ago died. His liver was shut down because he drank too much fucking alcohol, vodka, I think it was too. And I talked to him the last. I remember the last time I talked to him was when his girlfriend had bought him, them, but mainly him because he was the main alcoholic, 2 fucking, I think, half-gallon bottles of vodka. And I remember talking to him on the phone, being like, fucking. And he was like, "Oh, this is not good. This is not good." She's walking out the store with 2 fucking half-gallons of vodka. And, I knew he had a serious issue and I was kind of talking with him, trying to be a bit more forceful. I was also dealing with my own kratom addiction and just like in a weird state. So I didn't even feel like I was in the best place to help him. But I could tell he was in a very bad place because there were times we were talking on the phone and while we're talking, he would end up getting fucking really sick, like horribly, like throwing up and shit while we're just talking on the phone. He was I think he passed before he was even 40 years old. So anyways, I also had a buddy or a former buddy who was a hardcore alcoholic, but he managed to kick it. He hasn't had a drop of alcohol in I don't know 7 or 8 years. So he's done very great for himself. But anyway, sorry, I just started thinking about that guy. I'm really sad. Anyway, so my heart really goes out to people that are dealing with any type of addiction. Anyways, my whole point of making this video was to talk about how with me, I even got to a point like 5 or 6 years ago when I was drinking over a case of beer a day, and I was starting to have breathing issues and shit. And my brother told me about kratom, and Joshua, when I was in New Orleans, he also talked about kratom. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and try some kratom. And, kratom itself is one of the closest things to heroin. So it really does cure, it helps, the dopamine process in your brain. It makes you feel good. It's a feel good drug. But even though I don't recommend this because it can be very addictive. It did help me quit drinking, and it didn't affect it doesn't fuck with your respiratory system. It's the same way like heavy consumption of alcohol is really not good for your body in a number of different ways. And kratom is not nearly as bad, at least for my body. I found it to be not nearly as bad health-wise as drinking alcohol. Same with kava too. Like I don't wake up sick feeling the next day or anything like that. It still does bad things to your esophagus when you drink too much of the liquid stuff, and it's not good for your gastro intestines and stuff. But compared to alcohol, it's way less. And there isn't much information about this type of stuff. So I want to share with you guys my personal experience and how kratom and kava helped me, get over drinking. And then one of the ways that you can get over these things is like if you can't do cold turkey, well then just try to find something else that's not as bad, and just take it step by step. Take your intoxication down level by level by level by level. And then eventually, I try to get to a place where I'm just smoking marijuana because that's the least, it's going to have the least negative effects on your body. And then, eventually after that, you try to fucking be sober if you can. But anyways, just progress, taking steps forward is what I find to be, it can be very daunting to try to imagine yourself being fucking completely sober when you're constantly getting fucked up all the time. So just taking baby steps can be a much better way to go about doing things if you do want to get help than just, completely changing your way overnight or some shit like that. So anyways, all right, I love y'all. Take care. Bye.